Hi guys, today I'm gonna be drawing my OC, actually my boyfriend's OC, and just like I have my witch Sona that is based off me, myself and I, he has also the same character and he's a wizard of medicine. I'm gonna tell a little bit about his, actual background and, deep into more about our magical world and the whole world structure and how everything works. So this character's name is Shael, and he's an elder hand, and he built his reputation with his groundbreaking studies in psychic magic, and he discovered basically that by healing one's soul and mind he could also heal their body. So yeah, his use of psychic and psycho what psycho huh psycho huh psychonic psycho what did I write here? I psycho anyway, magic made him super powerful. Shael, he left the Academy of Sidaf, which is located quite near where my witch Sona lives, a bit to the south. Like, the area where my witch Sona lives is Flogran. So Shael left the Academy as a hand after completing his studies in psychic magic. So he alone led the study on the mysterious Ibva of Flogran, which is me, my kind, who actually just disappeared on a random Tuesday. And only my witch Sona survived. So there's actually a lore. So yeah, he remained in Flogran after falling in love with the last Ibva, Veina. We're just writing a fanfic about ourselves. Anyway, who spent the rest of their lives, with her while repairing and protecting Flogran and its surroundings. He returned to the academy briefly, becoming an elder hand and forming the collation of the stone. Stone being, again, the lore. Stone kinda gives me magical powers, my witch Sona powers. I don't know why I keep saying me. I'm not her. Yeah, it's a magical stone that makes my powers, stronger and basically is the source of my magic. So anyway, he led the council to reforming its code to protect rare species and artifacts instead of actually studying them. This was mainly the main information about his OC. He also has a small little birdie whose name is Bismuth, and I'm pretty sure it's a sparrow, but it's very colorful, that's why he's Bismuth. Yeah, but speaking about Flogran, I also have some notes about that and actual lore, that the area where my witch Sona lives kind of remains as one of the most unique and mysterious lands in the realm, and it sets itself apart from other lands with its unique magical aura and subsequent species. And well, Flogran is protected by magical aura that stops anyone from entering. So, the woods and mountains around Flogran will always send you back by altering themselves, in a way that no matter what path you take, you always end up on the wrong side, so not in Flogran. So, if you attempt to fly above these, obstacles, a really strong wind that, could overpower a dragon will send you flying back. And if you were to enter Flogran, you would see the most lively and prettiest land known to man. The air you would breathe would be cleanest to the point where you'd be almost magically refreshed, very refreshing. Each flower that blooms around you gives you more life and joy. So kind of very, very optimistical, very bright, very cutie patootie place. Since Flogran is such a special place, studying it would take literally lifetimes and even longer to understand it, because literally everything is magical. Everything in Flogran has a magical presence to it. And it would be any wizard's dream to get to study it, I would assume, if only the true presence of it were still remembered. The only remaining records of Flogran are held in Sidaf Academy, where my Pookie is studying. So, some particularly eager wizards have tried to enter, only to return with full documentations of their quick failure. And well, because of this, the attempts have quite stopped and the effort considered a waste of time. Now, to outsiders, it's just Flogran is merely a spot on the map, often considered a waste of ink. Very, very dramatic, very, very sad actually. But next to Flogran, there is a small town of Sylv, and it keeps a full documentation of, attempts of entering Flogran, and that now they have built a, sign that warns people to turn back, protected area, turn back, The people of Sylv have grown to respect Flogran as, a holy sanctuary, so they aren't particularly fond of those who attempt to enter. The town is mere kilometers away from the magical forest at the, entrance of Flogran, so, I don't think I've ever really talked about my species, and, well, not my species, but, my Witchsana species. It's so silly, because we literally, just writing fanfic about ourselves anyway. As I mentioned before, my, Witchsana's kind is Ibva. And, Flogran's, primary inhabitants were, for the longest time, Ivas. However, they disappeared not so long ago, and, Iva was a small species limited to only 1,000 or so, specimen who lived in a few farming villages, now inhabited by magical avatars, such as, farming pumpkins that you could see a small little comic of mine that I did last video. But yeah, Eva were created from the magic of Flogran, leading to them having high acuteness and magic and, all that. They have the ability to sense and see magic currents and so on. But one Eva can even carry and transmit them in her veins. So basically, they are literally made out of magic. The circumstances of the disappearance of the species is unclear and likely, related to the recent volatility of the region magical currents. So, it's very unstable. So, only one Eva remains after the disappearance, which is my Witchsana, if you guys didn't get it. The land's magic has formed a strong connection to her. Perhaps an attempt to stabilize itself. But the rest of the magic is largely concentrated on the magic stone Smaragd, which I already talked about. And Smaragd is hidden somewhere in a vault in Flogran, where the host, Eva, keeps it secure. However, the stone is merely a conduit, for the larger magical aura of Flogran, so yeah. The magic itself is ancient and therefore its nature is kind of unclear. And I think after this, I could, after talking about, the background and everything, I could kind of mention who my Witchsana is. It's mainly just lore dump rather than session of drawing with me. But yeah, as I mentioned before, my character's name is Veina, and the last Ipva or Pumpkin Witch, or to her friends Veina. She was only about 7 years old when her kind disappeared, and she was left alone, surviving off the natural fruits and berries of the forest around her family's house. She lived quite a lonely youth within the small area, and she grew accustomed to her magic and learned to control it. And reaching the age of 12, she began to explore Flogran and started journaling her findings. That's where I have my witchy journal coming in, and right from there up until about 18-19 years old, I'm gonna be documenting all around the Flogran area, which is really big. It's I don't even know how to compare it, maybe to a small country big, type of area. But yeah, I think that's all I have for this video of this lore. I really want to make a longer video where I just ramble and ramble about all the lore and how we like build the world. And I really want to give the big shout out to my boyfriend who wrote all this. I'm really bad at writing stories and he isn't. He's actually great with it, so I kind of do more art, he does more writing, but we also switch up. But yeah, I just wanted to draw and paint his character studying in, in the academy, medicine, and I really like how it turned out. It's very simple, it's nothing too crazy, so yeah, I really hope you guys enjoy this rambling, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye!